So we just arrived in Dublin, and I know that this doesn't exactly look like Dublin. But we found a fish and chip place that does gluten-free batters. So we got a couple of things. First off, we got some onion rings. And then for the grand reveal, this is a fried cod with chips. So I have some tartar sauce. I don't really know how to properly eat this because it already broke. It's quite big. So let's give it a taste. The fish is really soft or tender, however you want to call it. I highly recommend them. And now let's try the onion rings. Really good. The first 100% gluten-free bakery that we visited was located in the south of Dublin, being both fully gluten and dairy-free. I was really surprised to see that they are not using certified gluten-free ingredients due to the high costs, meaning that there's a small chance of the final dishes to contain a small quantity of gluten, but everything that I tried was absolutely delicious, especially that they are just taken out of the oven. Just look at this cookie and this pistachio muffin.
Glas Boxty House, located in Temple Bar in Dublin. We have a large gluten-free options on our menu. The name of the restaurant is Boxty House, and Boxty is a potato-made pancake. Gaelic Boxty, chicken Boxty. We have also dumplings that are sort of gnocchi, also made from potato, all gluten-free. Mother from our head chef is a celiac, so if he's taking care of her, trust me, he's gonna take care of you also.
The next day we had brunch at Wuff, and I had a good knowledge of the celiac disease, even though that the place was packed and there was a small queue outside. I've had the eggs royale with 2 poached eggs, baby spinach and smoked salmon served on gluten-free bread and topped with hollandaise sauce, a carrot cake for dessert, and of course gluten-free beer. Then we biked to the Phoenix Park to see the deers that live there. The Fresh supermarket, yeah, that's exactly the name of it, were carrying quite a lot of gluten-free products, a bunch of share products, and lots of local ones, like these pastries from Cream Bugs. The sponsor of today's video is no other than our gluten-free application called Gluten Advisor that features the celiac-friendly locations in Europe, and you can download it for free through the app and Play Store. To be honest, I like the residential area of Dublin better than the city center, but both of them had their special areas. This bakery franchise, called The Natural Bakery, has 10 locations all around Dublin, producing their gluten-free sweets in a licensed kitchen and serving them packed, so there's no risk of cross-contamination. Decent prices for the banana bread, carrot cake, almond tart, fudge loaf and brownies.
Hi, I'm Garrett and I'm the owner of Brother Hubbard in Dublin. We have 4 locations across the city, and since the day we opened, we've always tried to make sure that we can cater for all our guests, regardless of their requirements. So we've got great options for vegan, for vegetarian, for meat eaters, and also for people who require gluten-free food. This is our menu, and the way we presented the information to our customers is we have a little asterisk after the dishes that we can prepare without gluten. We do prepare our gluten-free items in our kitchen alongside mainstream dishes that might contain bread, for example, but we take every care to prevent cross-contamination.
We ended the day with a short trip to the East Pier Lighthouse, where I had this gluten-free estrella while enjoying the beautiful view. The next morning we had breakfast at Carluccio's, a large chain with locations in Ireland and UK that is accredited by the Celiacs UK. They have quite an extensive menu, featuring appetizers, pasta, risotto, steaks, sides and breakfast classics, such as these eggs with smoked salmon. After that we rented a car and headed to the cliffs of Mocha. It took us about 3 hours to get there from Dublin, and while we were on the way we had the pleasure to meet a farmer who owns these beautiful cows. And funnily enough, you might already know these cows because they are producing the milk that goes into the Kerrygold butter, the famous Irish butter, which was absolutely amazing, very tasty and flavorful.
Careful the pit. paddy wagons.
Those cliffs run for about 14 kilometers, being one of the most popular destinations in Ireland, and topped the list of attractions in 2006 by receiving almost 1 million visitors. After the cliffs we stopped in Dublin at the Stonewall restaurant. I was really surprised to see that everywhere that we went in Ireland, even here, they were serving gluten-free beers. I love the gluten-free pepperoni, it paired really well with the salami and prosciutto pizza. In another fresh supermarket, they had a larger selection of gluten-free loaves from the Promise brand and they looked really good, especially this rustic sourdough bread, the loaves and rolls from Share, alongside some local sweets. The beautiful city of Galway. Back in Dublin, we served an Irish stew at the Tolka House, located next to the Botanical Garden.
Hi guys, welcome to the Temple Bar pub. Come and try our range of sandwiches. We've got options gluten-free for celiacs.
Nutbutter is a newly opened restaurant with 2 locations in Dublin, serving some amazing pokeballs, tacos, tostadas, and this pho served this slow-cooked, grass-fed Irish brisket.
Hi, I'm James, the head chef from Buskers on Buskers on the Ball. We have menus catering for gluten-free people. We ensure all our gluten-free items are not cross-contaminated.
They were serving some pre-packed croissants at the breakfast buffet in the hotel that we are staying in. The Dublin portal live streams in real time to New York and closed down a couple of times since opening a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, save it for this pink.
The church is a bar and restaurant located in an outstanding 18th century church, an Irish ginger beer,
During our last day in Dublin, we filmed at so many gluten-free locations, and I was really surprised to find out that there aren't so many gluten-free places in Dublin that are 100% gluten-free. In fact, there is only one restaurant that is fully gluten-free, and we're going to it now. But besides that, it's all of the mixed kitchens that you can find in the general restaurants. So there's nothing particularly gluten-free, but everybody is trying to make sure that there are no traces of cross-contamination in the making of their gluten-free dishes, and most of the restaurants also have a gluten-free menu. But besides that, the food was really good. All in all, it was a really nice experience. So we just arrived at the first Michelin restaurant that we are going to include in our app called Gluten Advisor, and they have a fully gluten-free menu. So their whole menu is also vegan, if I'm not mistaken, beside the cheese board. And they change it frequently, so it's gonna be a really nice experience. I can't wait for it. And we also got some gluten-free IPA.
So this is an amuse-bouche. It comes with your meal. So it's a flamed cabbage with burnt onion mayo and fennel cracker.
So when did you open the restaurant?
Yeah, we opened in 2019, just before COVID. So we opened in November 2019, and then we were shut down in March, and then opened again and closed again, opened again, closed again. So it was challenging for the first year or two.
Okay. Right now you are the only restaurant in Ireland that is offering fully gluten-free.
So over the last 6 months, 12 months, we reduced the amount of gluten that we were using. We kind of make all our own raw materials, and we're quite inventive and creative in that way. So we found that we were using less and less gluten, and it wasn't really necessary. So over the course of about 6 months, we began to phase it out, and then we tested ourselves when we changed our menu to see if we could do it again before we went public with it. So we were able to do that. So we did 2 menus with no gluten in it. So we then contacted.
In the Dublin airport, I found this chicken and bacon sandwich that was served with another one that was vegan and one with cheese and onions. And the best boy in the world said goodbye as we are leaving Ireland. Until next time.